Alrighty then, folks. Hello there, and welcome to something I've been meaning to do for a very, very long time. Like, I had initially planned on recording something like this in 2015. It is now about a month away from 2017, so I figure it's the right time to finally do this. But of course, you guys already know what this is because it's on the title of the video, and if you haven't read the title of the video, you should read that at least before clicking, maybe in the description too, to know what you're watching. Unless, of course, it was episode 2, then it wouldn't really matter. But anyway, we are doing a tutorial series on Zeon in Gihren no Yabou Axis no Kyoui V, or 5, depending on what you want to look at it. But I will call it V because I find that funny. The V is how you know if this is the expansion or the original. If it has the V, then it's the expansion. The original was just Axis no Kyoui, which is really confusing from a marketing sense, but oh well. So this one is the original with a couple of extra features added on. The extra faction being Temre, Amuro's father, who has the weirdest faction ever for reasons. And then 2 extra difficulties, half dozen new units, and some new pilots, mostly the MS Igloo crew, and their assorted suits. So, yeah, we won't be dealing with most of those because this is almost exclusively going to be about the 1 Year War. As it says on the tin, this will be about winning the 1 Year War. After that, you can all figure it out yourself. But same thing as with that cheating playthrough I did a couple of months ago / years ago. Just sit around the Rose Garden, the Lost Fleet's capital, tech up until you get to the desired level you want, build all the suits you want, and then continue on the game from there. Or, surround the AUG capital, or the Axis capital, or the Titans capital, or whoever the hell you're fighting, and do the exact same thing, because that's what the game expects you to do. But if you are entirely new to this series, this is a 3x strategy game built in the Universal Century. As it stands, the sequel to this game was in the top 5 worst selling Gundam games ever, and this series, or this sequel series actually is the correct word, is dead for the most part, unless a erstwhile fan decides to make their own version of it. But, that's never going to happen, so don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, there'll be nothing besides Universal Century. Sorry if that bothers you. But oh well. So first things first, we're going to hit a new game, because you guys all read English, so you should get this. Though, database is probably really confusing for the Japanese. Just saying. I know what the word is in Japanese, and it's not that complicated. But anyway, we're going to be doing Zeon. There's the Federation, Zeon, the Titans, AUG, and Axis all available to you in the beginning. I really suggest you do either of these two, but the Federation is a lot harder since you don't start with mobile suits. So we'll be doing this first. We'll eventually do the Federation, but not now. It takes a lot more planning, and something I'm not willing to give at this point in my life. We'll get to it eventually. But yeah, you can eventually unlock Shirako's Titans. I just haven't beaten the Titans yet. I streamed it a little while ago, but I never finished it due to some work issues, and I will get around to it one of these days. You unlock the Laws, Caecilia's Zeon, Garma's Zeon, this is if Garma survived, Cassifal's Zeon, which is the funnest campaign ever, Quatru's AUG, Glemmy's Titans, CCHR, and aforementioned Temre's Army. This is the hardest campaign in the game. Don't do this. If you're new, don't do this. I hate this campaign, and I've beaten this on hard. Hell, I've almost beaten it on very hard, which is annoying. I haven't been able to do it on hell, though. But, so, because people are who they are, I will explain difficulty, just so you can understand. And yes, this is actually taken from the game's manual. It's in Japanese, though, so have fun if you don't speak Japanese. But, starting from the top, this very easy is 50% of the difficulty of easy, and most pilots get their figuratively best suits. What it means by that is they get their best suits in all attributes. Char, which Char is 3 instances of himself in this game, so it's 1 Year War Char, doesn't get the Zeong, even though that would be theoretically his best suit. Instead, he gets his Gelgoog, his Gelgoog Commander, which can work on the ground and space and does a shit ton of damage. He doesn't start as a new type, so the problem with giving him the Zeong is it would be very much useless for the very beginning of the game. So instead, they give him his Gelgoog. Like on the Federation side, Sanders and you both join Londo Bell and use Jestas at one point in the story. But instead of giving you their Jestas, Sanders gets the Easy 8, strangely enough, or he might just get a normal ground Gundam. I don't exactly remember. But I think there's a way to get him an Easy 8 early on in the game. You can, of course, research it and build him one, but that happens late game, and the Easy 8 isn't the best. And you, who's the guy from Blue Destiny, will get the Blue Destiny 1 instead of the Blue Destiny 3 for whatever reason that I can't figure out. But they should be getting Yagans because they got those in Londo Bell. But whatever. Easy is 100% of the difficulty in what everyone suggests you should start with, because this is their version of normal. Yes, I know, they're totally fluent English speakers and know the difference between normal and easy. Clearly, they're in Japan, and totally this game is not fully Englishy. Start with easy, it's the best. Also, for a second there, I thought easy was spelt wrong. Oh well. Start with easy, it's 100% the difficulty, and the AI is the most limited you'll ever see. Normal is 150% of the difficulty. It's a lot more of a challenge, and the AI can basically do whatever they want, though there's some limits on it. Hard is 200% the difficulty. The AI is only limited to the amount of money they can spend per turn. And very hard is there's no limits at all. And Hell, they had somehow managed... Hell and Special are added in the expansion. They were not in the original. These 5 were the only original 5. Or were the only original difficulties. Hell is the same difficulty as Hard, but the AI is not limited in any way whatsoever. So both people come back from the dead, and they can instantly get their pilots back after being shot down. They can use an infinite amount of money per turn and an infinite amount of credits. And they can also produce things at, I think it's like 35 units per location per turn or something ridiculous like that. And I don't even think they're limited at that. It's just bad. And people question why they can't beat this. It's because it's not designed to win. The AI in this game is incredibly broken, and while some games try to balance the AI, they're just like, yeah, no, fuck it, and just give you whatever. With Special, if you want to know the exact details of Special, go watch the first 5 minutes of my Kycilia Zeon playthrough. I all outlined it there, but basically every unit does double damage, every unit is half the cost, and it's all produced in one turn. It's a really fun time. Just don't start with it. Figure out the game beforehand. Besides that, we are going to be playing on normal. I could do it on easy, and I probably should do it on easy, and it'll be a lot more fun for me that way, but I play it on normal because why not? And I will translate this one day, but not today.
撃破されていく。連邦軍の機関アナン家もまた激しい戦闘により大破し、脱出を試みたレビル将軍もジオンの捕虜となってしまうのだった。ジオン政府はルームでの華々しい戦果を武器に連邦政府に対し休戦条約を申し入れる。敗北を喫し疲弊した連邦にとってそれを断る気力はもうなかったかに見えた。南極で行われた休戦条約交渉はジオン側優位に展開する。相次ぐ敗戦により戦争継続の意思を失っていた地球連邦政府はジオンの事実上の勝利を示す条約の調印。まさにその時、レビル奪還サルトの方がジオン本土を駆け巡った。さらにジオンの内情を見とったレビルによってジオンが連邦以上に疲れていることが暴露されてしまう。結局この日は軍事条約の締結のみにとどまり、戦いは継続していくことになるのである。この事態に対しギレンザビはかねてより進めていた地球侵攻作戦を実行に移す。今戦いは新たな局面を迎えようとしていた。
レビルの帰還によって連邦は統制を取り戻しつつある。だがそれも今のうちだけだ。地球侵攻作戦の準備はどうなっている？
はい、順調に進んでいます。各部隊は作戦開始の指示があり次第地球への降下が可能です。
そうか。愚かなる地球市民どもの驚く顔が目に浮かぶ。
ドズル様から通信が入っています。回線を回します。
いよいよだな兄貴。ソロモンから発信した降下部隊はあと少しで地球降下ポイントへの集結を完了する。第一次降下作戦の開始はいつでも可能だ。
Alrighty then, I'll translate that one of these days, but I haven't got around to it yet, because it's quite long and takes quite a while to do. So this is the explanation screen, air quotes. It doesn't explain much. Basically, this one, there's a menu. You can press buttons, and they do things, and you can press start to access the help menu. This one is telling you the fourth tab is the events tab, which the first event we have to do is the first descent to Earth, or the Operation Odessa, basically, in which we can drop using HLVs from the atmosphere over Odessa. And then this one explains the overview screen. But we'll get to that in a moment. And you'll hear this a lot. This is basically telling you you have research available. You have certain things you can research from the very onset of the game. We'll be researching some and not others, but basically, the Zaku F, it doesn't tell you anywhere what it actually is. You just get a vague, like, Zaku upgrade program kind of thing. But this is the Zaku F. I've played this enough to know that it is actually worth buying, but we can't do it now. The DOP Fighter, these are not generally worth buying, but if you need cheap screens, they are very, very good. They only work on the planet, though, I think. And the Jotunheim, or Jotunheimer, I don't know exactly how you pronounce that one, or how you spell it, but this is that's the ship, the converted cargo freighter from the first MS Igloo. It's really shit and doesn't do anything worth buying, so you can't even recycle it for good resources, so we're gonna kind of ignore that one for a good while. So this is the main screen. This is the tactical overview. When you're not in a battle, you'll be looking at this one. You'll be probably here about a third of the time, whereas battles will take about 2/3 of your time. So from the start, this over in the bottom left corner from the space view is our capital. This is side 3 at Lagrange point 6, I think. This is on the back side of the moon. This over here, which is on the dark side of the moon, is Granada. This is Caecilia's base. We don't really have to worry about that, but this is where a lot of the R&D happens. Down below here is the Astron Pezun. It's not actually in the game, though it'd be one way to get around the moon, which would have been cool, but that is where most of Zeon's R&D will happen in the second half of the war. But for now, it's happening in Granada. Up here is the space fortress Yabou, which we'll get to that eventually. It'll get attacked whether we like it or not through magic, but, you'll accept that. Up here is space fortress Solomon, or Competto. It gets destroyed in 0083 Stardust Memory, but for now it's still in one piece. And this is also where Big Zom got destroyed, and the Gundam, and the Elmith got destroyed, and it got and the Gundam got its magical powers. Over here is side 4. This one over here is side 5. This one down here is side 2. This one over here is side 6. And to note, side 6 and Von Braun, which is the other side of the moon, are independent. If you invade them, you get evil points, which are chaos points, whatever you want to call them, bad boy points. And they constantly give you bad boy points, and you can never get them to stop giving you bad boy points while you occupy them. If you move a unit out of them, though, they go back to neutral. The AI gives no shits and will go straight through these, so you gotta be careful. They are worth quite a bit, though. This one's worth like 500. This one's worth 800. Versus Granada, which is worth 750, 650. It's actually worth a lot more than I thought it was in our capital, but like Solomon's worth 200, Yabou's worth 400. Side 4 is worth 30, even though side 1, and side 1's over here. I forgot about that one. Yeah, the sides are worth nothing. They're worth a little bit of resources, so losing them isn't a big deal. The atmosphere is worth nothing. So, there is a valuable way to there is a value to capturing them, but being good in this game is just outweighs the negative. Basically, if you're evil, once per turn, you can get 3,000 free resources and 3,000 free credits. This green one over here is credits. This blue one over here is resources. You need both of them to produce mobile suits and do most. You need credits to do most things in the game, but you need both to produce mobile suits or ships or whatever else you want to build. So there is a value to doing it, but being good is just so much better. Like when you can get 10,000 every 10 turns, you get 10,000 free resources, 10,000 free credits, and for being max points, you get a free full investment on your research every 10 turns, and then you get sub investments of 500 or 5,000 credits, 5,000 resources, and a half investment of your research every other 10 turns. So like if you set it up correctly, you can get it to the point where every 5 turns, or in 5 turns you get 5,000 resources, credits, and tech. And then 5 turns later you can get 10,000 of each, and full investment on the tech. So being good is so much better than being evil. But anyway, this top tab here, this second top tab, sub tab, whatever you want to call it, this is our overview screen. Right now, we are from that reddish orange arrow at the top, we are the Republic of Zeon. Our capital is side 3, in blue on the right. Below the Zeon thing, there is our credits. We generate 5,100 per turn, 3,900 resources. We currently have Tech 1 of General, Tech 1 of MS, Tech 1 of MA, and 0 stolen tech or captured tech or enemy tech, whatever you want to call it. You get that up by spying. To the right, under side 3, we have 4 special production points, which are these red dots on the map. We have Granada, side 3, Yabou, and Solomon, whereas the Federation has Luna 2 and the entire planet. This over here in South America being Jabou, this is their capital. They have California, New York, Belfast, Odessa, Kilimanjaro, Madras, Peking, and Torrington. Oh, and Hawaii. But no one cares about Hawaii. But yeah, so we have 4 special production points. We have 21 territories. We have 100 units right now. 54 of them are MAs. 17 of them are Gattles, basically space fighters, and 29 are others, which are like HLVs and stuff like that. So that's that. If you want, which I will never use this, and I like figuring out on my own. If you press R1 or L1, you can look at the enemy. If there's a possibility of fighting up to 3 people, but that comes in the later eras. Right now, we only have to worry about the Federation. Garma and Caecilia Zeon do not spawn in this one. The wiki mentions that they can. It is impossible. They just don't in this one. But you can look at what the enemy have. Our tech level, or our stolen tech, or not our stolen tech, our intelligence, which is our espionage, is so low that we can't really see what the enemy has. Besides, they have 11 production points, 36 territories, and they make twice what we do, basically. 77, 80 credits, and 9,000 resources. I want those resources, though, damn it. So if you want to increase your espionage, you go here, which is the espionage tab. These numbers stay the same throughout the entire game, but you can either do 500 for a minimal investment, 1,000 for a half investment, or 2,000 for a full investment. Right now, what you want is, if you'll notice right below there, we're on intelligence level B. That means we can't see, or we can see what they're producing. No, we can't see what they're producing. I can't remember what exactly B actually does for you, though I think it tells you if you're about to get attacked. When you get when you get intelligence level A, you get to see what the enemy is producing and where their units are. And if you get intelligence level S, you can steal enemy tech. You can steal enemy plans, which is pretty good, except for in this campaign, at least, a lot of them are reserved. Like, you can't steal them because it would screw up the story. But in my Delaw's Fleet game and my Castleville game, I stole the Gundam. And yes, I built Gundams. I built a lot of Gundams in my Castleville game because he gets his own special one. So it is worth getting that all the way up. I always try to keep it up, but I forget sometimes. But out of all the value, A is the best because it allows you to see where your enemy, what enemy troops are where. Like, you can't see their composition. There's no way to find that out. You can see how many guys would be in here, which is, I think, 7 right now. Or how many people are in Luna 2 right now, or how many people are inside 7, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the full investment. So now that we can tell that there's actually 0 there, there's 12 here in Luna 2, there's 0 inside 7, there's 0 there, and there's 17 here. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But for now, well, we'll deal with the actual combat a little bit later. So this is our overview. There's 4 more tabs into overview. There's this one which tells us what units we currently have. We'll get to that later. For now, that's not important. Below that, we have which pilots we have, which, as we're Zeon, we get most of the pilots from most of the series that were written before this. Remember, this came out before MS Igloo, which was about 2008, I believe. 2008, 2009. So anything made after that is not in the game, but a lot of characters are in the game. Ridiculously detail-oriented characters, too, like this guy. Do you know who he is? He's a Magellan tank commander from MS-08. Yes, one of those tank things that you don't even care about. He's in this. Rumble Rull's in this. Of course Rumble Rull's in this. The guy with the 4 heads in his. I don't actually know who that is. The commander of the Zanzibar that got shot down in MS-08 at the very end is in this. Mikhail, the guy who piloted the camphor in War in the Pocket, is in this. That guy is in this. I can never remember his name. Same thing with that guy, though I think he pilots a DOP for Garma. The Black Tri-Stars are in this. McCuve. The guy who piloted the Zegok submarine space laser cannon from MS Igloo. You know, the ship commander of the Axis fleet in Stardust Memory is in this. Norris is in this. Nimbus, the guy from Blue Destiny, is in this. That commander guy from, he's in Double Zeta, right? He pilots, Tropin Reformed. Dren is in this. Char's commander. Char is in this. Dozel is in this. Trop is in this. The leader of the bandits from MS-08. She's also a really good character, and she has one of the highest growth stats, strangely enough. She doesn't start very good, though. Desert Rumble from Double Zeta's in this. Like, everyone's in this. Seema, Johnny Ridden, who's never been animated. Steiner, Char. Eventually we can get Lala, Marion Welsh, and Cusco I. We'll probably be getting all 3, to be honest. Ken Bernstadt from Lost War Chronicles is in this. The guy who piloted the Volvaro. I think his name's Kelly. Seema's bodyguards. Haman, or Hammond. Hammond, yes, it's Hammond, not Haman. That's someone else. Hammond, Rumble Rawl's wife, who really shouldn't be a part of Zeon, but is. Those are all in this. I'll go through that list if you really want me to, but it doesn't really matter. Big Nose, Arth, that guy, Gato, Appley, Andy, don't remember his name, Vish Donahue from Rise from the Ashes, Delaz, Mash, Gaia, Ortega's down at the bottom, not Steiner Garcia, I don't know why I said Steiner. That's the other one. Garma, Caecilia, Guinness, that guy, Gihren. Yeah, okay, so I've gone through most of that list. This third one here is the units we're allowed to build. We can build Gattle Fighters, Guazines, Zaku Cs, Zaku 1s, Tives, or Chives, not Tives, Dobais, Papuas, Musais, and HLVs. That's easy. And which provinces we control. I've never had a need to use this one menu, so I'll probably never go back there. But yeah, that's the basic overview of the top two tabs. So first thing we want to do is, well, you'll notice that we are lacking credits or resources right now. We have a sizable amount of credits, kind of, but we need to invade Odessa to get our credits up. But there is always one thing, and I always suggest you do this. So for some reason in your capital you start with a Guazine, which is the flagship of the Zeon fleet. You're supposed to put Gihren in this and use it or some shit. But you start with multiples of them, so what you can do is down here is recycle. Basically, you can get rid of a unit for their cost and credit or resources. You don't get the credits back for them, but you get the resources. We didn't pay for this one though, since we started with it, and it's worth almost 10,000 resources. So we're going to get rid of this, because this allows us to upgrade all of our Zaku 1s into Zaku 2s, and all of our Zaku 2s into special units. That'll come up eventually. But for now, we're going to get rid of this, because, quite honestly, the Guazine's kind of weak and unnecessary. We also start with some units in here. We start with a Papua, which these are basically cargo freighters, but they kind of suck, like real bad. Like the Columbus class Federation ship, which is the equivalent to this, is better. Though Columbuses don't have the ability to attack back. They do, but if you're attacking with a ship at close range, you're fucked. And this here is a Chive class, which I think this is supposed to be McCuve's flagship. We're also going to get rid of that just because we'll never use it. This is a Musai full of Zakus. We will definitely be using that. With that guy commanding it, we're going to send them to the front. So basically, to move people, you want to go to the second button. This first button is just the overview. You go here, you can either select all or you can select an individual. Then you go to move start. Characters can move up to 3 spaces per turn. So if we say we're here in Aboku, if we wanted to move down to space over, I think this is Australia, which we control right now. We have 10 units in there since it's red. We can move, if we try to move it down to there, we could either move to here or here. I think we will move to there and then over, but we don't really get to control that. So we're going to tell them to move to right there. So yeah, it'll move to here this turn. The next turn, it'll finish up the movement by moving there. So we have that. We have Granada, which is a couple of Musais and some Zaku 1s. We could actually get rid of these if we wanted. Though, yeah, okay. I don't know who's in that. There is a way to tell. Oh, it's on the bottom. Oh, that guy. Yeah, I don't actually know who that is or what his name is. But he pilots the Zegok submarine thing. So if you notice on the top right, there's that blue, or there's that green name. Like this one says Musai, and then the pilot is that guy. Keys? I don't know. Yeah, I think that's Kiros. Anyway. So there's that yellow thing is the pilot. Below that is the HP. Under that is the energy. On the bottom left is fatigue, and on the bottom right is morale. Basically, for killing people and doing stuff, you get more morale. For killing people and doing stuff, you get fatigue. If you have max morale, you have double the chance to hit, and double the chance to land melee. Which those are separate modifiers in this game, just so you know. If you have max fatigue, you have half the chance to hit, and you do half damage. So having max morale and max fatigue cancel each other out, but having no fatigue and max morale is really good. But having 50 morale and 25 fatigue means you do 150% damage. So you want to try to keep your morale high and your fatigue low. There's also a decision in the options menu, which is worth 3,000. It's always this one, which gives you plus 30 morale. We won't, or 15 morale, my bad. I thought it was 30 for some reason. We won't be using that very often, but yeah. So we're going to grab these guys. We're also going to move them to here, but it's going to take them 2 turns to get there. Up here in Solomon, we have some Zaku Cs and some Zaku 1s. Oh, and this should be said. Zaku's by default are in their A loadout, which is the Zaku machine gun. You can also give them the Zaku bazooka. Bazookas do more damage, but they have less hit chance. Actually, apparently they have more hit chance, but according to the game, they have less hit chance, and also they use more supply for doing it. Like, almost double the supply. But We're going to load everyone with bazookas because apparently they do more damage and have better accuracy. But the game says they have less accuracy, so who knows. But yeah, why I said that is one of the Zaku ones had a bazooka equipped. We will be moving them over as well. We also have a slew of pilots to give mobile suits to. We're going to be moving those guys over to there. Up inside 4, we're going to be attacking over to here, which will be defended from people from there. When you attack a province, the enemy has up to 3 spaces to move them to that province to defend. So, like, say if we attack space 11 or space 1 right now, even people from space over Jabou basically would be able to come in and defend. Though that's likely not going to happen since we'll also be attacking there, but oh well. So what we have here is we have a Teve with that guy piloting, with Shin in a Zaku and Dozel in his Zaku. Shin does have a customized Zaku, which is basically a white-shouldered one, but that's a Zaku F. Right now he has a Zaku C. Yes, they have a variant, or yes, they have an issue with that. You have to have the specific unit, and I don't remember all the specifics off the top of my head. He either has a Zaku F or a Zaku S, which Zaku S is the commander. I can't remember, though. So for now, he's stuck in this normal Zaku C, like he's never actually killed anyone before. And over here, we have Roberto, Appley, and Char. And Char, yes, has his own custom one. I think Char has custom ones for all of them, but Char is special. Then over here, we have that guy. Oh, Slender, Denim, and Jean. Though I think this is Denim. Yeah, anyway, Slender, Denim, and Jean all have their own ship, and is Dren piloting this one? No. But it is a Papua, so... Now, where are you, Dren? Oh, he's actually piloting this Musa. Or he's captaining this Musa. I was gonna stick Dren in there, but oh well. Anyway, we have this guy in here, which this guy's an admiral. Or actually, he's a commodore, I think that's technically the term. But he actually has good charisma. He has 10 charisma. It's the second to bottom stat. Basically, the higher rank you are, the more like... every unit exerts some influence over the people around them. Like, say, Dozel, he's the second highest rank in the army, or third highest rank in the army. Gihren and Kycilia are above him, and he has 17 charisma. So for him being in this battle, he will give everyone a bonus. But if we didn't have him, this guy would take over, and he has 10 charisma, so he would exert a small benefit over all of our guys. Char is a captain, I believe, lieutenant right now, and has 9 charisma. Char, though, starts at rank E, and he can get all the way to rank S, and he's actually the best character in the game, stat-wise anyway. His charisma is the highest in the game, which is really good. So we're going to be sending these guys, we're going to be sending the guys who are here over to attack here. And we'll get to battles in a second. Though I should probably be ending this episode soon, because it's been kind of long since I included the intro. But yeah, besides that, we have the people in the atmosphere. Here we have some Musais, we have some Gattle fighters, which are kind of useless. Which all apparently have pilots for some goddamn reason. We have some Zaku 1s and Musais with Akos, Bell, and Top. We'll be upgrading them as well, because there's absolutely no reason not to. It's actually really cheap to upgrade them, and they'll be useful later. Over here, which is space over Odessa, which we'll be using to land in Odessa. We'll cover that in a little while. Here is space over China. We're not going to upgrade anyone here. We don't need to, though we can, because we're probably not going to get attacked in there for a while, so there's no point in wasting the money to do it. So the AI can't actually move for another 5 turns. This is how it starts at the beginning of each phase. The AI can't move for up to 5 turns. In special and on held difficulty, that is not the case, but in normal, easy, hard, and very hard, that is indeed the case. So we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to move all the guys here to attack. We're going to upgrade all of these guys to attack. And then we're going to send them to attack, which Rumble Raw's in that army. I'll show you guys in a second. And we're going to send all of these guys over here to attack. So we're going to attack with all 3 of these, because we don't have to worry about Luna 2's group moving in on us. Because even though they would be able to invade this place, since there would be no one there, they can't. So we're going to invade with 16, 26, 36 guys. All into there. But which one was it? Was it up here? Rumble Rawl has his own custom Zaku 1. I don't think he has a Zaku 2, so I won't try to upgrade him. I'll look later. but his Zaku 1's actually the stats of a Zaku 2. Like, he does 32 damage at 50, and then 30 melee. Oh, that's Garma. Garma doesn't count, because Garma already has his custom Zaku, which is based off of the Zaku F2, weirdly enough. But yeah, stat-wise, Rumble Rawl's Zaku is actually, except for HP-wise, is better than a Zaku 2, which, because of how his skill and his dodge, like, it doesn't matter if he's less HP than a full squad of Zaku's, he's still straight up better. There's also some Gettle fighters here. And we have that guy. But Garma's here, and Garma's, I think, the 4th highest ranking guy we can get, so that's all good. We don't need to worry about those guys. We don't need to worry about those guys. Over here is Space over Odessa. Yeah, this is Space over Odessa. So to descend on the planet, you need some well, first we gotta do the decision first, which I will in a moment. We're gonna upgrade all of our Zaku 1s to make this fight a lot easier. Though you can do this with all Zaku 1s, I just don't like to. Personal choice. So what we have to do is, usually there's the 4th button down that allows you to descend, but because this is the Zeon campaign, we have to do this decision beforehand, which is the first descent operation. If you want the list of how you have to do these operations, because there's, like, after we take out Odessa, you have to go for North America, and after that you have to go for Kilimanjaro, and at Kilimanjaro, Operation V kicks off for the Federation, so the Gundam starts popping up. You can go to the Gihren's Greed wiki, which has a full list of events for this game. But first we need to be doing this one.
よかろう。全軍に戦闘開始命令を出せ。
地球侵攻作戦。この作戦はジオンにとって2つの意味を持っていた。地球侵攻による連邦政府への統括と地上の鉱物資源を確保することである。そのため大量の鉱物資源を埋蔵する中央アジア地域は最初の目標に設定されたのであった。宇宙で圧倒的勝利を収めたジオン軍は地上制圧に向けた第一歩を踏み出そうとしていた。
Alright, so now that we've done that decision, we're able to do the descent operation, which is this button here. The button in between these two is to move units from the planet up into space, which, if you want to do it the opposite way around. To do that, though, you need these things called that's a Musai, we don't care about that. You need these things called HLVs, which allow you to both attack and to go down to the planet and to go up into the atmosphere. We also apparently have the Black Tri-Stars, also in Zaku 1s. They have high-speed Zaku 2s, they don't have normal Zaku 2s. So we can't get those anyway for now. So we'll leave them in Zaku 1s and probably get them more Zaku 1s. But yeah, they have their own custom units. We have some other people. We have Andy in his own one, so this is probably the Cyclops team. And there's Zaku 2s. Yeah, we have some more empties. Along with Ken Bernstadt. So what we're going to do is we're going to put units in these. So what you go is you go to the first menu. You click on a unit that doesn't have a pilot in it, or even if they do, you can change their pilot if you so desire. You go to this bottom one, which is, I can't remember the exact word for it, but all the green ones are units already in the army, the white ones are unassigned, and the yellow ones are the displaced units. I don't think we have any displaced since we just started, but we're just going to stick people in these mobile suits so they can get some training, because even not really doing anything gets you a little bit of experience, but killing people gets you a lot. And we want everyone to have levels, because levels make the world go round. Yes, you can stick Guinness and you can stick Gihren in mobile suits, which we're totally going to do. Some units can't use mobile suits, some can't use mobile armors, some can only use mobile suits or mobile armors. And we're going to ignore these guys at the top, because, let's be honest here, they don't do anything. And so, we don't actually need to leave anyone in the atmosphere after we take Odessa, because I'm pretty sure the AI can't attack you. Even though this whole area should be able to go into the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure only Odessa can, as long as you control that. Though the AI will be holding on to Belfast for a while. You can move people from Belfast into the atmosphere if you control it, but I don't think you can attack from there. I've been experimenting with it on my Kycelia campaign, and I haven't seen it happen. Though I'll play around with that in the Federation sometime and tell you if that is actually how it works. But we're going to go do our descent operation, move everyone because I'm too lazy to move individual people kind of thing. As far as that, we're going to leave some units on all the atmosphere locations because they will try to retake it if we leave them open. But for now, we're going to abuse that 5-turn thing. But yeah, at the end of this turn, we'll be attacking here, we'll be attacking here, we'll be attacking Odessa. But I think I'm going to end the episode here for now, either later this week or next week. We will have another episode like this one if you enjoyed it, dislike it if you didn't. If you want to see more, do that subscribe thing. I don't really care. I'll be honest with you guys. The Federation campaign will eventually be coming. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you all have a good night. Hey, folks.